Alright, I'm ready when you are.
I'm good too.
Actually, I should make sure my guns are reloaded.
Oh shit. Oh god. What's her face?
Yep. All you had to do was see that blast, huh?
Yep, well, I played her.
She was my
Just
favorite.
her.
Sup?
How you doing? The bandits call me the Firehawk, but the name's Lilith. I'm with the Raiders, like you.
I keep the bandits in line so Roland can focus on taking down Jack. Anyway, long story, lots of internal bleeding. Could you help me up?
Just regularly reviving her, and I got 100 experience for it.
Some iridium, will ya? I should have some in one of my strong boxes.
Yeah, that's the stuff. Give it here.
I think she's hooked.
Yeah, no kidding.
Appreciate it.
Nom 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 nom.
Thanks. Bet you're looking for Roland, huh? He's not here. The Bloodshots grabbed him. Made him cocky, too. They never came after me this hard.
They're in here! Get them!
Now the real fun.
Hey Garrett, how many
I'll see if I can't phase blast a few of them for you.
or how many drops have you, or booster packs have you both gotten?
For Steam trading cards. All right, I've got. All right, I got a Magica one. I got a CS:GO one. I got a McPixel one, and that's it.
I can't remember exactly which ones I got, except for the most recent one, which was Gratuitous Space Battles, and that was my 4th one.
Lauren got a Castle Crashers one.
Nice.
So you have gotten 4, right, Chris?
Yes, I have. And actually, my mother has gotten 1, and she only has one trading card active game. Why? How many have you gotten?
2? 3?
Ooh,
I
what
think
game?
I got 2. One of them was Left 4 Dead, I think, and then I just recently got a Fallen Enchantress one.
Got any fucking hollows?
I didn't open it.
Oh, they probably do sell more than 3 cards, unless
They
you get a hollow.
Yeah, they sell for one. They sell for generally the value of 4 standard cards from their set.
I have it priced a little high right now. Just, there's only like 3 or 4 people ahead of me. So, if somebody gets an itch to buy things, they'll probably pick up mine as well.
This ain't over yet!
But I'm kind of interested in hanging on to it until December.
Because you think the Christmas sale's going to involve cards?
Well, just kind of an experiment. But yeah, I believe that the value may go up during the December thing.
The cards are probably their answer to the bullshit that happened during the coal trading in one of the Christmas sales.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that to Chaz. About why you thought the summer sale cards would actually go away is because they took all the coal away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still there.
Well, it's a different system, really.
Yeah. It's much more controllable, so they don't have to kill the leftovers.
Well, and I was always under the impression the coals were like a raffle ticket anyway.
And, like, when the raffle's done, then, like, they're not worth anything.
Well, technically they weren't a raffle ticket. They were a craftable collectible, just like the trading cards. The problem is there was no limitation on how to get them. You could account scum and just get millions of units.
Yeah, that's what the Russians did.
Well, fuck the Russians.
Russians, everyone.
Well, fuck everyone.
I can go with that. Damn it. Damn it.
I had, I think, probably 7 coal.
I'm not
Seems
sure.
like a nice round number.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much I had.
I had about 100 units.
My god, man. I still have that free game that they had during one of those events. One of them was actually a free game. I've actually already played it.
What game?
Wasn't it like Alien Breed or something? Or
Alien Swarm.
Alien Swarm, that's what it was.
It's still free. It's free forever. It's just terribly unfinished.
That's not the one that's Valve released, right?
Yeah, it
No.
is.
Wait, I thought that was Alien Breed.
Well, there's a
No, wait,
different-
no.
there was a
Alien
different one.
Breed is an old Team 17 franchise that was revived.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm
Aliens-
surprised that one doesn't have cards.
Because it's been abandoned completely.
Yeah, and it was free.
I have it. It's called Alien Breed 2, and it was free. I mean, not free, but it was like they gave it away during that event with the
Ah,
coal.
got it. It was one of the games that was on the coal list.
Yeah.
I got... Fuck, what did I get? I actually got Devil May Cry 3.
I did not get that.
Ended up giving it to a friend who really liked the Devil May Cry franchise.
It wasn't. I don't remember that ever being on. That must have been like a special award or something.
Well,
No,
that was fun.
what
No?
the way the
Out, though. Could you give me another
it was
dose of iridium?
when you crafted them, you got a random drop.
Oh,
Iridium now. Talk later.
I see. I didn't craft enough stuff.
Honestly, I mooched off of people who had trash Steam accounts. I didn't build accounts myself, but like my mother had a Steam account, she didn't care about the coal. Her friend has a Steam account, she didn't care about the coal. A few friends didn't care about doing anything for it, so I used their accounts to do just minimum required to get 5 or 6 units of coal and transferred them to myself.
Well,
Yeah.
it's too bad.
Vault open, my
You
siren
probably would have
cloud.
shit yourself if you knew this, but I kind of have access to an old defunct
Now, let's talk about rescuing my
account that went for there was the Nexus account, and Timmy had access to all of them because he hacked their shit, and
No, I know,
he kind of gave
you've
it to me.
You've talked about it. I don't think I was really... Because that was 11, wasn't it? We weren't really hanging out as much back then.
No, we weren't. That's why I said it was like, you know, you wouldn't have known. I mean, I still have them. They still fucking work. That's the weird part. They still have all of those games, and they actually have been adding games to it.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard you talking about him at one point. In fact, I commented on it.
Didn't I?
that company doesn't exist anymore, but those accounts still exist.
Bloodshot stronghold.
Damn.
Tough customers. Might want to
Well, of course they still exist. I don't think Valve shuts down any accounts.
keep it up.
And I want to say Valve still treats it as a cafe account for some reason.
That could be useful.
There's a lot of games on. I haven't looked at it recently, but last time I looked, the list is just ridiculous.
Huh. How many cafe accounts do you have?
Well, all of them. Technically, they were on a naming convention and they all had the same passwords.
Huh.
I grabbed a bunch of hats.
Yeah,
Actually,
Timmy already
no
robbed
hats.
all of the TF2 stuff.
Well, if you don't mind, sometime I'd like to take a look at them, see if I can actually make some use out of just side-loading them at some point.
Yeah, I'll,
Oh, they would have a bunch
have
of
to
games
dig
that
out
means
the
I could get
like-
cards.
but yeah, I don't know if they can
hilarious.
get cards, man. I don't know about that. I think there's
Maybe.
breed of account. They could get TF2 items though. That was, and like I said, Timmy already ripped all that shit off.
But they had TF2 before it was free.
Yeah, they had that. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, so that means they were premium accounts.
They were definitely and like I said, they still seem to get like I think it's like a special category for account. Like they just keep getting stuff on them for some reason.
That's weird. I mean, I know Cybercafe. Maybe one of the original controllers of the accounts is still using them. Just as like a personal account.
No. Damn.
I'm gonna look over here, Garrett, to see if I can find any more of those hanging totems. We're only 3 shy.
Okay, I'm gonna sell shit.
Sounds good.
Low prices and no questions asked.
No hanging totems. But yeah, I mean, remember, games are being added all the time, even old games to the card list. I mean, if we were to work together to mine out the cards and split them, we could make bank.
Yeah, there was a lot of them. I'll have to check it out and see what's wrong with them, because I know Timmy hasn't paid any fucking attention to any of the card shit, so he wouldn't have touched them for that.
No kidding. Yeah, we could get a lot out of that.
I'll have to dig out the account information.
Okay.
Well, yeah, they're all on a naming convention, so it's like you skip 2 numbers and you'll catch one of their accounts with the same password.
Nice. Yeah, I'm more than happy to just, load up games and start mining cards. We all pull them together and split them. I'm happy to do that.
Most of my merchandise was ripped from the hands of. You won't find better merchandise
Here's a
anywhere
class
else.
mod for you.
I made sure of that. 2 words, my friend. No refund.
You can pick it back up and sell it.
Okay. And
I'm going for class mods that have team health regeneration.
I just got a class mod that had team health,
Ah.
which sounds pretty nice. I'm just gonna sell this rocket launcher.
You're in Oregon, don't
Go for it.
Alright, and were you gonna hunt down those things?
I don't know really where to look, so I think we're done here for now. We can move on.
We still not fought the boss.
No, technically, she was supposed to be the boss, but nobody that was... I mean, like, Scooter and, Scooter... Oh, wait, shit. If we go back to Sanctuary, we can pick up some new missions.
Okay.
But, Scooter and the Angel did not know that Lilith was the Firehawk. Apparently, you get a little further in and you find out Roland has a spy, and I haven't gotten far enough to meet the spy, but I think it's, Mordecai.
I swear someone was supposed to be dead now, in between games, and it's probably the big guy.
No, actually, it was believed to be Lilith.
Soak up some bullets
Alright.
for you.
And picking up I'm gonna move us back to Sanctuary, but picking up the echo recorders in Sanctuary, the first Handsome Jack one you pick up, he mentions how he killed Lilith. Then the next one you pick up that has his voice, it mentions how he was wrong.
Yeah, because a bunch of people were just like, giving him corpses of...
Right, and then
just
we find
tattoos.
more about that when we killed the assassins and picked up their echoes. And that's when we heard that comment. Yeah, that was fantastic. Though, apparently his comment that there can only be 6 sirens in the universe at one time is supposed to be accurate.
How would you even know such a thing?
I don't know. There's still a lot about the sirens that people don't know, even the sirens. Hi, Lilith.
She's there now?
Yeah.
Don't tell your friends.
So I kinda inspired a cult? And not the fun ask you for autographs kind. I need you to infiltrate the Children of the Firehawk and find out if they're planning anything shady. I do it myself, but I'm kinda worried they'd freak out if they saw their god in person. Go talk to the cult's leader, Incinerator Clayton.
Did you get that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Ever faked your own
Gambling
death?
is getting
Tricky
expensive.
stuff. Did it a couple years back to throw Hyperion off my trail, but apparently some bandit's been spying on me. He's gonna tell Hyperion what he knows, unless you take him out first.
I love how every once in a while you hear Claptrap breathe in. Oh yeah, Garrett, have you heard of MIRV grenades?
Yeah.
In this volume, you chuck the grenade, it seeks out a target bouncing around until its fuse goes off, at which point it detonates and drops a number of more grenades. I've got a MIRV right here that spawns 8 more grenades when it detonates, if you're interested.
Yeah, I've got one that does that right now, too.
Okay. And the shops are now selling rocket launcher ammo.
Oh, good.
And eventually get them to actually function on modern computers.
Sacrilege. It's just, I have the original 5 CDs for Baldur's Gate, and I purchased all the expansions when they came out. Well, I purchased the expansion, and wait. Baldur's Gate 2, I purchased the expansion when it first came out. Baldur's Gate 1, I had the expansion for Swords of the Coast, I think is what it was called, but I never actually played it.
Or was it Tales of the Sword Coast? Because for
That may have
Games, there
been
was a region called the Sword Coast. It was their west coast.
Yeah, it was the expansion to the original Baldur's Gate. I owned it, but I just didn't ever play it.
Right. You know who I think we can actually blame for the rise in the current model of DLC?
EA? Activision?
No. We can actually blame it. We place it directly on the shoulders of Blizzard for Activision merger.
It's kind of Activision's fault.
No, this was long before. I'm talking when Diablo 1 had released. That long ago.
This is where I've been
When
getting
Diablo
my good
1
equipment.
released. Huh?
I said this is where I've been getting my good equipment. Gambling.
Oh, Garrett, I found out the Goliath thing, it actually has to level up 4 times. You were right, and it's an achievement. But anyway, back when Diablo 2 was around, there was an expansion called Diablo 2, Diablo 1. No, Diablo 1, there was an expansion called Hellfire.
Oh.
Blizzard didn't make it.
But that started with Duke 3. There was,
I know.
Duke
But-
3 had an expansion that they released on a third-party company. And
Duke 3D had 3 expansions that were released by third-party companies.
What the hell was the one with the White House in it? Which one was that one?
That was Duke It Out in DC.
That was...
Actually, it was pretty good. The only problem that I had with it was the Lincoln Memorial level. There was no indicator, really, of one breakable wall. But anyway, back to my point. When Sierra, yes, it was Sierra that released Hellfire, Blizzard sued them for altering copyrighted material for profit. And won. And set the precedent that third parties are not allowed to create expansion material for existing games without licensing or even the permission of the creator company, even if they don't use any assets or code from the base game. Even if they only add their own material, Blizzard made expansions proprietary. And because of that, now companies that make games don't have to worry about releasing crap expansions because nobody else is allowed to beat them out with better content.
I didn't know about that court case.
I did. It was the first gaming court case that got me into actually paying attention to video game news. Speaking of video game news,
Blizzard is the devil anyway.
well, I was going to say, speaking of video game news and slightly related, guess who's indie now?
3D Realms.
Blizzard Activision.
Wait, Blizzard's indie now?
Let me elaborate. The Blizzard Activision merger was actually not their fault. It was not their decision. Blizzard and Activision were both owned by Vivendi Entertainment, a subset of ZeniMax Media, the owners of Bethesda, and they're a multinational multimedia conglomerate. They do everything from music to video games to porn.
Of course, that was.
They were an umbrella company. They bought out, years ago, Activision and then Blizzard. And then when those two companies of theirs were not functioning well, they merged them. As of a few days ago, Blizzard Activision bought out every single solitary share of their merged company that Vivendi owned. They are now their own company again. I am hoping that the horrible business practices and design decisions that have been going on with Activision and Blizzard are the fault of Vivendi. Because if they were, then maybe we'll see some improvement. I'm not holding my breath.
Was Diablo 3 produced under Vivendi or
Yep.
Activision?
Diablo 3 was produced by Blizzard Activision under Vivendi's care. Everything produced by Blizzard since from Warcraft 3 and up has been Vivendi's fault, which includes the massive runs of DLC on World of Warcraft.
Now, I haven't liked any of Blizzard's games, really. I mean, I played the shit out of WoW. I played the shit out of Warcraft 3. And I played the shit... No, I didn't touch Blizzard Diablo 3. I actually used somebody else's account to say I fucking hated this game. But the thing is that I didn't like any of those games. I didn't like Warcraft 3.
Neither
And
did
WoW
I.
lost its way after production. Like, the original developers had a very good idea for WoW. And I played it a different way than a lot of people play WoW. And fortunately for me, WoW kind of not catered, but it allowed me to play the game how I wanted to play it. And eventually that was taken away from me.
Honestly, I think we've had this discussion before. I haven't liked a single Blizzard game since Diablo 2 and Warcraft 2. Warcraft 3 was horrible to me. The fact that it merited expansions was even worse. And World of Warcraft was kind of a spit in the eye. Well, Warcraft 3 in the first place was a spit in the eye to anyone who cared about the lore of the Warcraft franchise, and World of Warcraft just cemented it.
I did a lot of PvP obviously in WoW, and it wasn't an accepted playstyle really, but it let me get away with it. Eventually I want to say after the first expansion was when it really started getting ironed out, as in my playstyle was not acceptable in their game world. Not right after the first expansion, but that's about when I stopped being able to play that game. because I did play the arenas, by the way, and I was in my 2v2 teams. I had I had a balanced druid and a warlock, and we actually ended up in the top 10 while they were doing that the professional gaming league. And I was a part of that long forum post that they ignored forever. That said, "Hey, by the way, dickheads, I was in the top 10, and you didn't fucking let me progress to the next level. Like, you didn't let me participate. They just skipped over us. Like, it was predetermined who could play this thing."
Pretty much, it was people that they thought could net them the most money, personalities, things like that.
You see, and I was playing a balanced druid, man. Nobody was playing balanced druids, and I played it like a resto druid because I was also when I PvP'd originally in that game, like from the retail on up, I was actually a resto druid that would go around with a hammer and just try to beat people to death with it. I had 2 classes I wouldn't touch: Paladin, because it took me over 30 minutes to kill them, and then I would usually just fuck off anyway, and Priest for the same fucking reason.
Hey, Garrett, you there?
Yeah.
Come over here for a second.
Yeah. Oh god, it's a back alley. Ow.
Anyway, shall we continue on, Garrett?
Is blue better than green?
Blue is considered better than green, though, you know, you can always find things that are better because of part distribution and level.
But I used to hang around Plaguelands. I used to kill popular guilds.
I played Warcraft, World of Warcraft, just long enough to realize how badly they had butchered the lore and never touched it again.
I fortunately am lore light for the most part. I understood the lore. I didn't pay any attention to it because I figured it wasn't important, because I figured they'd release another strategy game that reinforced the proper story.
Oh no, no,
Never again.
They
Never
destroyed
again.
the lore in Warcraft 3, and then they reinforced it with World of Warcraft.
I just Warcraft 3 was a game that me and Tyrant played, and Tyrant and I, we got up to the top 20. I remember playing the second top team in our, I guess, US West, and we beat them, but the people below us would kick our fucking ass, so we never actually were ranked beyond the top 20, and that's about when we stopped playing the game as well.
A pleasure as always.
I stopped playing it when I found out orcs were alive.
Again soon enough.
They were alive.
No, at the end of Dark Portal, most of the orcs had left the plane of existence that Azeroth was on. The remaining had been hunted down by humanity into near extinction. The remaining, directly mentioned by game on Azeroth, do not have enough to have a genetically viable population. Trolls were butchered, but were still alive, and the only threat in the world left was the Burning Legion.
I did find that Warcraft 3 did not follow the story very well. It's just that the story, like the gameplay, is what turned me off. The hero.
Yeah,
the hero
that pissed me off too. Warcraft is not meant to be a hero build strategy game.
And trust me when I say I tried. You know that the the Night Elves had a tree strategy where they could build buildings. I invented that shit before the popular guys made it banned. I fucking was doing that with Moonwells, 2 or 3 heroes. I mocked the gameplay, and they fucking nerfed the shit out of it.
Yeah, honestly, like I've said before, you and I both have done things in games that have been either destroyed or, at the same time, kind of set the stage for things. Mesmers in Guild Wars 2 exist as they do because of me in Guild Wars 1.
I fucking could not believe the shit when I saw it. This pro guy, and everybody was like, oh my god, it's so fucking amazing. I'm like, I fucking do that. That motherfucker is using my strategy, and he's all famous for it, and fucking they ban him for it. They ban him. They nerf the strategy because of this cocksucker doing it on fucking camera. And it's not like I was doing it like 2 weeks before. It was like, that's how I fucking played the game. Because I didn't even know how to play it anymore after they nerfed what I was doing. I was like, I didn't even know what to do anymore. I used to play it the real way, and then I did it this way. Like, you build barracks and stuff, and you use them as units, because they're ridiculously overpowered on Night Elves, or at least they were because of their armor type. I recognized that a long fucking time ago. I was using it to go, what you do is you go low-tech. You don't build any of the low-tech units because they just feed the enemy champion experience. They're fucking worthless. You build the buildings because they had that armor that was fortified armor, and they couldn't be hurt by anything but siege equipment. So if the enemy players saw you doing it and they built siege equipment, you had a problem, but not an undefeatable problem. Normally you would build the lore buildings as well, and a bunch of them, not just like one or two, but a bunch of them, and then you can mass produce the bear druids, and more importantly the dryads, which were your first unit out. Basically, you would start with moonwells. I built walls of moonwells first of all, and that allowed you to do hero strategies where you could do Keeper of the Grove and the Demon Hunter, and just harass the crap out of the enemy, and make it so that they couldn't go and fucking farm NPCs to beat you with, and get free items and overpowered shit. Free experience off of fucking NPCs, which should have never been in the fucking game to begin with. Sorry, I'm angry about that game. Hated that shit.
Well, maybe we should discuss it another time.
Don't even get me started on Dota.
Yeah, let's not. Anyway, I found the first echo. Get the vehicle back. We should probably split up. You want to head north or you want to head south?
I should have got my own vehicle then. Damn. I'll head
There might... Okay, then I will head south.
I wish there was an auto run.
But no, anyway, before we went on a tangent, I still agree with you. Many modern DLC practices have gotten out of hand, no doubt about it. But the thing is, it's become really the hot-button discussion when most people either don't realize we're too young to see or just never paid attention that many practices that go on today were started way back when. It's just, they weren't as bad back then. They weren't being abused back then. And then we've got companies that really make it look even worse, like Capcom, who package all of the DLC on the base game's medium, be it initial download or purchase disc, and then charge you to unlock what's already on your disc.
Concrete. There was a concrete building, and they were like, oh, hold on, that wasn't supposed to be in the game yet. Let us take that out with the patch. And by the way, you can buy it later on.
Yeah. Capcom with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, how all of the DLC characters were already on the disc, and they said, well, it's there for compatibility. Then Why? So people don't have to download compatibility packs. So, but still, it's on the disc. Why are we paying extra for it? They never responded, really. Till they eventually just released them for free. Well, not even for free. They took the DLC off and made people purchase the Ultimate Edition.
Hunting, and I found some of that iridium stuff, and one of those weird worshiper guys sees me, and I chase him down and grab him, and he just...
That's really my biggest problem with DLC, is that game companies are cutting content. Not all of them. Some of them cut content and they don't use it as a mini expansion, but as a insert quarter now to get this kind of a thing.
Not just send an echo.
Microtransaction.
The risk of Hyperion finding out you're still working.
And it's really, I feel like I paid for it. When I paid them $60 for the fucking title, I don't feel like I should have to goddamn give them more money. Because I could have pirated the motherfucker and gotten all of it.
It depends. I mean, there are many... The amount of companies that actually exploit the are surprisingly low, but the ones that have exploited it have really just left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. And then, even worse, are companies like EA, one of the worst exploiters, where they cut content, quote-unquote, and then, put it as a download code in new game cases. So you get your content if you buy it brand new.
Coco, we could talk about boys.
Well, EA is a terrible company and they have stupid ideas.
No kidding.
I'm sorry.
Did you hear a memo's been found that they're already working on another SimCity?
That's how you do it.
Really, is it because their first one did so well?
Yeah, it's already been confirmed they're going, well, as far as the memo states, they're staying with, on requirement and server-side saves and everything.
You know, this is what happens when people buy shit that they shouldn't buy, is that companies get the wrong idea about things.
But the thing is, with how little honestly, as much as I hate to say that the government should do anything, there should really be government consumer protections on shit like that. If a piece of software is going to require an always-on connection, it should require it to be clearly labeled as such. Otherwise, you're going to have buyers who are not going to be able to use it.
You're probably right, and the European Union does that already, and unfortunately that doesn't apply to us, but at the same time, I don't feel like people should have bought it.
The thing is, if they had known of that limitation, many people wouldn't have bought it. Some people would, because no matter what you do, you are going to have people that are just fucking stupid. There are people that are going to be brand loyal. I mean, look at the amount of people already lined up to buy the Xbox One.
Here's the funny thing about that, is that the way that EA figures out piracy is that they have a certain number that they expect to sell.
No, I know.
If they don't sell that, then they think that it's pirates that fucking
I know.
Well, the truth be told, I never even tried to... I don't even know... I don't even care if you can pirate SimCity. It looked like an absolutely terrible game. You can? You can actually... You can't?
No, you can.
No, you can't.
You can.
Really?
Yeah, you
How
can.
recently?
But I haven't tried.
Not very. The big problem, though, is nobody wants to, because you still can't
terrible
save.
Game. It's a fucking terrible game. Who the fuck cares if you can save? What the hell are you gonna save? It's like a little tiny city. It's piece of shit. I played the real SimCity. The real SimCity was an actual city simulator. That's fucking shit, whatever they released.
The best SimCity to date, in my opinion, is still SimCity 2000.
I'm just lucky there's YouTube videos. I got my actual satisfaction out of that. You know you could build a perfect, like, traffic situation by only having one road. One long, windy road. Just like... And it just creates a perfect traffic situation.
One of the biggest problems with it's not that people shouldn't have bought it. It's that it should have never been allowed to exist in the first place. EA has gotten away with nearly becoming a monopoly. The only reason it's not seen that it's a monopoly is because there are so many game companies out there. How can they compete? If someone wanted to make a city simulator game, they have to go through court battles with EA. EA should never have been allowed to buy Maxis.
Our copyright laws are bullshit, and that's
And
pretty much why that happened.
we may see a break in that slightly soon.
I'm more interested in the 3D printers patents going out, and by 2014, China will be flooding the market with cheap knockoff 3D printers.
Well, I was about to go into the European court case that you brought up the other day, Chaz.
Alright.
Did you hear about that yet, Christian?
Which one about Steam? About Valve?
Uh-huh. It's finally going to court.
Well, I feel like two things are going to happen with that. And I know people are against the idea, but I kind of feel like Steam will just tell them to go fuck themselves.
If they lose the case, they can't. Let me put it into actual legal terms. In both the United States and in the European Union, there is a copyright clause called, it's the First Sale Doctrine. I finally remembered the actual name for it. Under the First Sale Doctrine, the moment a copyright holder sells a copy to a consumer, that copyright holder relinquishes all right and control to that copy as far as resale of that unit goes. If a person, for example, a person buys a copy of a book, under First Sale Doctrine, they're even allowed to make copies of that book and give it out for free. Legally. They cannot make those copies and sell them, but they can make them and give them away.
But they can sell the
That's
original
been how
copy.
piracy has continued to exist.
I know. And they can, as Chaz just said, sell that copy, relinquishing ownership to the new owner and relinquishing First Sale Doctrine to the new owner. The only reason digital copies of games have not been resellable in general is because it's hard to enforce the First Sale Doctrine. It's hard to enforce ownership on a digital copy. However, with systems like Steam, where you have clear ownership control with rights management, there is no justification why that should not be facilitated. Legally, Valve should be required to, because there is a clear justification of ownership, there's a clear justification of sale. And that's why the European Union has begun a lawsuit against Steam, because they are violating their equivalency to the First Sale Doctrine. Now, this is a double-edged sword. If the European Union wins, that's going to spread internationally. If the European Union loses, that's going to shut down First Sale Doctrine in all regions based on precedence.
But
I
basically,
feel
the
like they'll
Xbox One
withdraw
was
from the
going to.
market.
But basically, the Xbox One was planning on doing exactly that, but with a physical copy.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, the moment it sold, it was going to be sued. I can guarantee it. I already know at least 3 activist groups and 2 law schools that were going to be backing the lawsuit against them.
It's an interesting problem, and I feel like the courts are ill-equipped to handle it.
Oh god, everyone's far too old to understand what's really going on.
Huh? Oh.
I just don't feel like they understand the problem.
Yeah.
Well, at least in the European Union, that may not be the case. I mean, as much as we see terrible courts in the United States, the European Union tends to have a much firmer grasp on technological problems and inconveniences. While they may be set in their way as in many traditions, when it comes to technology, most European Union countries, as well as the Union itself, tends to be a little bit more progressive when it comes to technology.
I feel like
Thanks. The less Hyperion
I
knows
feel
about
like
me,
they're
the
playing
better.
with fire because it's like you said, if they fail this case,
Right?
which there's a chance they might, then they lose that doctrine which you were talking about, which I feel like is an important thing.
It is.
And
Well,
I kind of feel like I'd be cool if I could sell some of the games I have, but at the same time, I wouldn't have the games that I have because they would be compensating for the fact that I could sell them.
But there's also the fact that it depends on exactly how they word how the case is either settled. So if they word it in very specific ways, that doctrine can be untouched, but digital media would fail to fall underneath that.
that's just it. There's another underpinning case. I don't know all the details, but it has something to do with Chinese imports of knockoff watches that are knockoffs of a copyrighted watch.
It has to do with
And
rich people being paranoid that they won't have as much money.
Exactly.
Well, that's just why Walmart doesn't want their employees to be paid a living wage, because they'd rather have the government subsidize it.
I
That's
wish
into
I
the
had
bottom
mentioned
line.
Walmart.
Well,
We're
they're
getting-
basically the corporated bastards of all sales.
We're getting a new Walmart in Turlock.
How many do you have already?
We have one, and Turlock banned the Walmart supercenters. So
They
What
just
are-
had to
what are
build
they-
another Walmart.
nope. They're building the Walmart grocery center.
Oh. Because you couldn't react fast enough to stop that one.
And they're building it right around all of our grocery stores.
Say goodbye to little bits around there.
Say goodbye to wages. Because your fucking standard redneck hick doesn't understand how fucking economies work.
Alright, anyway. Enough bitching, moaning, complaining, and general whining.
Never. I don't have enough good weapons. I mean, I have too many good weapons. Either way, complain.
Shall we continue on with another mission? Sorry for the long tangent.
It's fine. I've been dealing with my too many weapons.
This next mission involves a lot of fire, by the way, and one of the side missions will include taking a midget and tying him to boards. He's got multiple sticks of kindling that he's happy to hold, and setting him on fire.
Oh, why?
Because he wants to be closer to the Firehawk.
Sounds legit. Oh, I think I got a better lob, Merv. Wait,
Nice.
477 times 8 or 490 times... No, wait, yeah, that one's hilarious.
Though, now I do remember one last comment I was going to make. Here's proof that DLC has gotten out of hand. A movie got DLC recently.
I quit.
Now that we got the vault.
And do you know what their justification was? Because it's a movie about games. It's Indie Game the Movie. They got DLC. But it's only as DLC on Steam. You can buy it standalone on their website. It just doesn't come with the Steam trading cards or achievements. Yes, Indie Game the Movie has achievements and trading cards. And when asked why they released it as DLC on Steam, because it just made sense on Steam. Because we can't release it as a standalone on Steam. When I asked them why they couldn't have released it as a standalone and bundled it together as a franchise bundle, I was banned from their discussion group.
Shouldn't be such a rebel, man.
Shouldn't ask so many questions.
Their
Their
discussion
sticks out
group
gets
was
hammered down.
their discussion group was just wiped out because my question spurred an entire... The thread got so big it crashed the discussion group.
All they have to say is because we found it to be the most profitable way to sell our movie. That's really all they have to fucking say.
All they have to do is be honest. People respect that.
I know. Well, that's all they have to fucking say.
I know.
I don't know why the fuck they would say that. Wouldn't say that instead they just ban everybody or wipe it out. It's like, do they really think people care that much? I mean,
do you really think that because you take down a thread, people's opinions won't be the same?
Exactly.
Well, we better wipe it out. It's bringing bad press. Whatever happened, there is no such thing as bad press.
Well, I don't know. Warzy/infestation.
Look at my friend who bought 3 copies.
Well, I was going to say they made the head of the company. It was so positive that it was going to get good reviews that he linked Metacritic, which dropped to 19. Then he paid people to, boost the Metacritic user score, and once that came to light, the Metacritic user score suddenly dropped to 15.
Well, it's like reading about it in a Game Informer. Of course I know which games are going to be crap based on how sparkling a review they give without actually saying any details.
What's sad is I remember the days when Game Informer was actually unbiased. Before GameStop bought Game Informer.
Basically, it's like when I remember IGN being unbiased.
Anyway, Garrett, are you still going through gear, or do you want to transfer us to our mission location?
I need to hit the Iridium shop.
Alright.
Where the hell's that beach? Wait, there it is.
In front of Moxie's?
I don't care what you buy, just buy something.
Ready now?
Wait, and then I need more ammo, because I have more ammo space.
I think your ammo was just filled.
You're probably right.
Though I realized I'm short a grenade.
I don't think it auto-filled.
Really?
Alright, I'm good. Until I get crazier high-level gear.
I just realized I haven't sold any of my shit in a while.
Then I'm gonna gamble my money away.
I'm going to test something.
It's the Vault Hunter Jack tried to kill.
There was a time when I'd be out there on the front line.
Where's my grenade going?
It's alongside you. Of course, that was 4 kids and God knows how many husbands ago. My reflexes aren't exactly what they used to be.
What the hell? I think my grenades are haunted.
I don't have any work, but that doesn't mean I can't.
Oh, it's a rubberized, that's why. I do not like rubberized.
appear to be dying.
Not anymore. Apparently my grenade is hostile to me.
Mine probably is too. There. It's a nice grenade.
On my way to you.
Hold it together!
Oh hey, challenge complete. We ready now?
High quality, low prices, and no questions asked.
One more thing.
Hmm.
I'm reskilling.
I want that, and that, and that.
There we go.
Yes, we're back here.
Damn it.
Full of
No,
opportunity.
seriously, everything's so low level still.
No, it's not. This place had things that were level 12.
Yeah, and that's lower than our level.
Now.
I am Incinerator Clayton, and you. I witnessed you.